There's many people come to workshops and have beautiful experiences, and their mind opens and their heart opens, and quite touched and quite happy, and now I've got it, like such. And then a few days later, it's Tuesday morning, and I'm back at work, and things are not going well, and how did I lose it? What happened here? And people who are new or not so well grounded tend to think, if I just do this, then I'll be okay. Or if I just get this, or if I just let go of the anger, or let go of the fear, or I'll be okay. But really, I think the friend work we should think of as a lifelong invitation, actually. It's an invitation more than anything. I don't think anybody seriously thinks that you can meditate for 15 minutes once a week and live a very present life. I don't think anybody thinks that you can look at a feeling once every 3 weeks and be emotionally secure and clean. I don't see any way really to live happiness as a part-time, by the way, third or fourth priority option. This is going to sound a little strange, but ideally, the understanding of the friend work is that it's the first priority. What really happens when you really hang out with yourself? What really happens when you're in a group and you're touched by love? What really happens is that something starts to shift and melt in yourself. And this is the tricky part. The self starts to melt, starts to expand, starts to become more fluid, less hard, less fixed, less stuck in the past, more graceful, more at home. And then out into the world of people where the self isn't known as graceful, or isn't supported in being fluid, or the self is supposed to be 9 to 5, known, same. I know Jim. You fit inside Jim. You're not bigger than Jim, you're smaller than Jim. You fit inside a label. You put yourself inside labels. And the crunch comes for people, do I maintain my fixed social self that I can sell to everybody, and that my family knows and everybody knows? Or, and it really is, I'm sorry to say it, it really is, or do I dare to be myself and realize that this self is a fluid, evolving phenomenon that's bigger than me? If I come out into the world and start managing myself and making the self small and a repeat of where I've been, it's not true. The more it's not true, the more unhappy you get. The more unhappy you get, the more you tend to contract. The more you contract, the more you're back in the past. The more you're back in the past, the more miserable you get. And there you are. If you realize that's going to happen forever and ever and ever, if I manage myself that way, you start to realize I don't want to be unhappy. There's something in me that's too good to give up on. There's something in me too worth it to give up on. And beyond that, there's actually a universe that really cares for me. A universe that really is cheering for my unfolding and emerging. And it takes courage, it takes guts, it takes commitment. If you think you can do a few groups and add a little bit of friend, like an extra chair in your living room, you're going to be unhappy again. If you're willing to let yourself become a mystery, become an adventure, to trust the goodness of yourself, the friend work is an enormous support, and will bring you joy for now and next month, and even more and more and deeper and deeper. You take mindfulness. There's a lot of talk here in Sweden about mindfulness. If you go to a mindfulness teacher and say, I'd like to be mindful 20 minutes a day, do you think that's going to work? The mindfulness teacher will probably look at you and just smile. If you bring mindfulness to yourself, especially with the friend style, this self starts to move. It starts to open. It wants to live. It's got a life to live. Most of us think of the self as smaller than us. The true self is a lot bigger than us. And the true self, sooner or later, says, can I please run the show? Are you going to manage me, or are you going to surrender to me and let me take you? Which one of us really knows what to do? Which one of us really is the real thing? Which one of us really is in truth? If you think that you can manage yourself and be happy, you're going to be unhappy until you get off that notion. If you realize my true self is a very big phenomena supported by the true self of the whole universe, surrender starts to become more and more sweetness and a gift and an offering. And it's that surrendering to the big self, who you don't know, who you can only taste in the presence of other people who have had a big self, or it's in that surrendering that you find your real peace and flow. I'm going to talk for a few minutes about mindfulness plus. Mindfulness is a tradition that's been carried from the meditation traditions of Buddhism and other Eastern religions, and basically teaches you to become more and more present to the way you walk, the way you breathe, the sensations and experiences of your body. Anything that can help you orient to being here and now. And in orienting to being here and now, calling out the adult psychology of who you are here and now. I have clients who work high up in the banking world. One of them runs meetings for one of the largest banks in Europe. And every time he says, I had difficulty at this meeting, I said, come back to your legs. Do you have legs under you at this meeting? He says, no. I said, what's it like to feel legs under you? He says, well, at first I don't feel anything, then I feel strong, and then I realize I've got legs. And I said, what happens to your problems when you've got legs? He said, very different. I can handle them. I don't see other people as an enemy. I realize I'm an equal. I'm not small. I'm actually the same size as everybody else in the room. When I don't have legs, I feel small and weak, and they're big and I'm not. And I don't feel my authority. I don't feel my power. When I have my legs, I have my body, I start to feel my power. I feel my authority. And I said, what happens when you let yourself breathe? Breathe in and feel things, breathe out and let go. Breathe in and feel things, and breathe out and let go. He says, when I do that, I don't get stuck. I realize that, yeah, I might feel scared here, but 3 breaths later, I'm not scared anymore. I might feel angry or upset with somebody. 3 breaths later, I'm not angry or upset in the same way. I'm starting to see more and more the truth. And I realize, yeah, I could create a conflict with this person from this place of fear or anger or hurt. But 3 or 4 breaths in, if I let myself breathe, I start to see, oh, this is what they're really trying to say, and here's the solution that links us together, rather than look for the obstacles that divide us. I call this kind of work that we're doing mindfulness plus. It's mindfulness plus awareness of your own feeling state. It's not using mindfulness as a way of being so quiet or so cool that you're not an emotional person, but it's including your reactions, your thoughts, your feelings, and realizing that in the presence I can bring to my thoughts and feelings and this part of myself. There's also a huge intelligence that's going to come out of that when I give it a ground in the body and in the present tense. And it's enormously rewarding to see that almost everything opens when you can ground, breathe, be here and now with it.